Here we go, kicking off day 2. No, this is day 3 now. Day 3, we're going to be focusing on goals today. Fasted cardio this morning, haven't let this drop. Weighed in this morning at 79.6. So, let's get today. Boom, we are back. I've had my shower, did fasted cardio this morning, keeping in tune with pretty much what my goals were set from day 1. Had really good response on that last episode, the welcome episode. This is technically episode 1. This is where we all start to dig into each topics each week. So we've got quite a few topics coming up, and each time we're going to push deeper and deeper and deeper into certain aspects. If you want to see anything done or anything in deeper, shoot me a comment, leave below, because this, as I said yesterday, is all created by you guys. Alright, pretty much today's goal setting. So without goal setting, there's no way that I could have been where I've got to today. So this is my number one thing of goal setting. You could have the best plane or the best car in the world, but if you've got no destination to go to, you have no idea where you're gonna go. So pretty much I set these goals that were massive last year. Even before this time last year, it was coming into New Year's. I remember I hit Falls Festival. I didn't have that much success through competition, and it could have gone one of two ways. I could have tried to push those norms and gone into something different, but I sat down and I thought, all right, let's give it my all for this year. Set my goals, big goals as well. So they were getting a sponsorship with one of the top quality brands, which I now with Cellucor. I hit with trying to get a magazine published in a magazine, and I got published in 2 magazines before July last year. Then I had win a Victorian Championship. I took out the Australian titles in fitness last year, and then went on to win my class in the world title in Bali. So those type of things as well, is it's just, when I set these goals, I was looking at them like, there is no way these are gonna happen. But I wrote them down anyway. So I wrote them down, I printed them out, I stuck them on the wall. And so, like, somewhere, I reckon, I truly believe, was when you start asking the universe for something, it's going to move out the way and you're going to make things happen. And when you see them every day, you're looking at it like, yep, no way that's gonna happen. Next day, look up, yep, still not gonna happen. Next day, you're like, it's starting to slowly be burnt into the back of my brain. Then you've got a plan on how to get there. Okay, I want them to be published in a magazine. A magazine's gonna come up to me? Probably not. So I gotta start making those efforts to start looking into how I'm going to get seen by a magazine and how I'm going to get published in a magazine. So it gives you, so there's macro goals and then there's micro goals and the steps that you take to achieve those goals and what you need to do. So they're little things to look at. All right, so I developed this exercise, which I've only just started into this year, from a guy I really like, and if you guys are interested in a lot of this type of stuff, Lewis Howes. He does podcasts called The School of Greatness. I've read his book, those type of things, and this exercise is really cool. So it's called Perfect Day. I might just pull it up just so I can have a look on my computer. So Perfect Day is, what you want to do is write out how your day wants to look, how you want to feel, those type of things, if nothing mattered. So you have all the money in the world, jobs don't matter, what would your perfect day look like? So looking at those type of things, how would you want to feel, those type of stuff. So it's a good activity to kind of, if you are unsure of your vision or unsure where you want to go with goal setting, or you're a bit lost at the moment and you need traction, it's a good day to ground, a good exercise to ground yourself down, and then say, okay, if my perfect day is I want to get up and be by the beach and do these type of things, and I want to go out and explore and go to waterfalls and do things like that, well, okay, you may not need to have a job that's going to be on your ass that you've got 30 hours a week. You might need to be somewhere online. You might need to do something at that. So you've got to push into that, and you want work that's going to give you something back. So stuff with how do you want to feel, what do you want to create, who you're spending your time with, those type of things in a perfect day exercise. There's cool little exercises. I'll put it in the notes underneath in this YouTube. What I want you to do is answer those questions as if it was your perfect day. Send them to me. Okay, so either put them in the comments below, send them to one of my profiles, send them to my messages, because that's going to keep you accountable that you've actually made the effort to go and do that. So it's step one in kind of coming together. Okay, I'll just pull up my plan. I've got a few dot points. I'm starting to create this, the whole backbone of these now, and I'm starting to plan a lot more for them. All right, so with vision, after you get that perfect day, then you can kind of work out, all right, what your main vision is. All right, so you close your eyes, you think, okay, the clearer you can have this vision, the better. My old vision, funnily enough, like if you went back 2 years ago, I remember used to going to like lining up for the FitX Expos and the Arnold Expos and those type of things, and just like, God, I just want to be one of those like athletes just standing at a booth and doing those. And like in my head it was so far away because I was a skinny kid just showing up that had heaps of passion, but I didn't have the body, I wasn't even close. And I just used to think like, yeah, that would be awesome just to kind of stand there and see what it's like on the other side of the fence as an athlete, not just waiting in lines and doing all that kind of stuff like I did. Well, the last 2 years I've been on that side of the fence now from Arnold's. It took me, since I created this vision, it only took me 2 years to get onto that and make those right sacrifices to be able to put myself in that position. If you just come across me in the last couple of maybe months, 6 months or so, and you've just like, wow, this guy's just magically appeared here, no way. This is pure work, and it did not happen by accident, and nothing that's worthwhile or any of those people did not happen by accident. This is all 100% planned. This has been on the plan for about 5 years, the way that I've built everything that I've known to kind of come up to allow me to do something and be my socials the way they are, my coaching the way it is, what I've learned through that, and to obviously represent brands like Cellucor and things like that. Okay, with your goals, it's the best way to have, okay, macro goals. So what do you want in a year? And I'll always start these roughly in the start of the year and review them every about 6 months. So I'll start the year and go, all right, macro goals, what do I want to achieve in this year? So I've put in a mass amount of goals that I achieved this year, look at them. Okay, now what are the micro, step down, goals to help me achieve those goals? What do I need to do? How do I need to make myself accountable? Those type of things as well. So there's no way that you can set these massive goals throughout a whole year and then go, yeah, I'll do that in December, and keep putting it off. As soon as you put this, you've got structure. Once you have those massive goals, you kind of know where you're leading to. Okay, you've got those 12-month goals. All right, today I need to contact a magazine here. I need to do this here. So you can slowly create those steps that you're going to get into to actually make those goals a reality. And that's the thing. And if you can make those goals or dreams a reality, and then you're living in them, making yourself accountable. So a day that counts. So time and date these goals. So you want to make sure that it's the same if you're going for a comp. It's the same if anything, that if I don't have an exact date, I can just push it off to tomorrow because today's worthless. So you need a date, and it needs to be, okay, I'm going to set my date here, and each and every day, okay, I've got 30 days. Well, this is 1/30th of my day. I can't push it off to tomorrow because now I've just missed that day. So anything you need to do, if it is business minded, if it is fitness minded, if you are looking at a comp, if you're doing anything like that, everything needs to be time valuable. So you can't regain another day, or you can't push it back, or you can't move anything like that. My mindset when I go for something like a comp is, okay, my comp is the 30th of July. I'm getting on stage no matter what I look like, so you better be ready. That's my mindset. So it's like, well, you've got no choice here. You have to make the sacrifice. You have to do the things that you need to do to make sure that you're on stage. Other thing, people when they do get big goals, and I was probably like this at a time as well, is do not share them. All right, that is completely the opposite. I throw my goals out there. All right, so I'm pretty much put them in front of people's faces. It might be scary. It is, well, not might. It is scary, and it is a bit in your face. But when you put goals out there, well, now there's more people looking at you. There's more people holding you accountable. And if you don't write your goals or don't tell anyone about your goals, it's easy in your own mind to trick yourself and go, yeah, well, about that one, we'll just rub that one under the mat. So they're the kind of things, like, you're not gonna do them and you can cheat yourself out. But if you have someone on your back, like, oh yeah, by the way, did you say you're gonna compete in this show here? And you're like, oh, okay. All right, so social media is great for that now. We've got that kind of stuff. These goals that you create, I want them. I want them. Below, comment on those type of things. We wanna see them. Get them out there, because that is one step to make sure that your fire stays alive and you grind and keep it going through. Biggest thing as well is I used to be a massive accused of doing this, and this is like, okay, I have my goals, they're up here in my head. Nah, okay, so that's not gonna work. You have to write your goals down. And even though it is a pain, write them down, print them out, sign it, because now it's a contract with yourself. Put it somewhere that you can see, and funny things happen when it is in front of you. I've got mine on my stickies on my computer, which I look at every day. Every day I get up, I ground myself, I go through exercises to really bring myself together. Then I've got fasted cardio. Then I'll read over my long-term goals to know where I'm going, just to put me in that mindset that every day is valuable. Humans do not want to be pushed, and we like to stay somewhere that's comfortable, but comfortable is probably not, if you're watching this already, not where you want to be. You want to come into, like, away from that comfortable, because the only way you're going to grow is from stress and from fear, and it's come from chronic adaptation. And that's why we're in the gym. That's why we're upping our weights every time, because we want to grow, and you're not going to grow if you do the same thing. It's exactly the same in your life situation. If you don't push yourself and you do not have those limits and boundaries, and you're not grinding, you might be killing it in the gym, but in other aspects of your life, in your business, in your motivation, in your just everyday life, like, if you're not giving yourself that external strength and you're comfortable where you are, not taking risks and things like that, well, how do you expect to ever change and keep things different? That's the main thing. We're going to, I'm pretty sure, my goals for this 4-week series, okay? So I have my macro goals, which I did show you guys on the last episode. They're quite big as well. These ones are gonna be a bit shorter just for this 4 weeks. I want to make sure my YouTube series is, this one is higher quality, all right? So I want better editing skills. I want to make somehow me sitting here talking to you guys interesting, all right? And I've been researching, I've been studying it, watching what other people do, trying to create my own unique feel of, instead of just sitting here and just talking at you, I want to make something interesting. So that's one of my goals. I want to, obviously, my body, so that's in week 2, we're going to talk about mastering your body, and that is going to be dropping my body fat, holding my muscle mass, and being really lean for this expo that's coming up in Sydney, Sydney Filex. So I want to be, probably I won't be stage conditioned, but I'll be not far off it, if not around it, in a 4-week period, which shows that usually it takes me 16 weeks. I'm gonna really try and push it into a 4-week, really condense it, and obviously bring you guys along the way. That's another thing with the goals. If you did see me yesterday of my current condition, it's pretty good. If you're not in that current condition, that does not matter, all right? So where my body is now, it should be really hard for me to change. If you're holding a bit more body fat, or you're not enough muscle mass and you're still going through this way the same way, well, you guys should have more change than me, because my body's used to it. So these big changes, especially in week 2, when we do change a bit with nutrition and those type of things and build upon that, well, that's, don't let that discourage you that where I'm at already started. All right, so that's dropping that body fat for Filex. I'm working on my Instagram. Obviously, that is my brand. I work with a few companies on my Instagram. I want to make sure that I'm producing good quality content that's not egotistic. It's hard, it's too easy to be caught up in that world of just me, shirtless photo here, shirtless photo here. I want to put out good quality content, and that's why I've been waiting for this series, because it's going to be awesome. And obviously, my main goal at the moment is coming through. This is another little goal, quick goal story is that I had, and I'm going deep into this next episode. So that will be in 2 days, it will be the mindset. All right, and I'll go a bit into my dark side, what happened to me, where I hit major post-comp depression. That is going to be a huge episode, and that one's going to be massive. So that's going to be the next episode, but I'm going to pretty much, my goal set I had in a short time that I really had to pick myself up is I created my online coaching, and that has absolutely boomed. It's only been live for like 2 months now, and I've had lots and lots of success very, very fast with it. And I'm working on building that up, and that's my main baby at the moment that I'm really looking at. And that's another way, and it's just, we'll talk about that more tomorrow, and how that pretty much was birthed out of the darkest times of my life. So stay tuned, share this out to everyone, get on, comment through people, talk to me, hit me up, what you want to know. I know that the next episode is going to be quite interesting, and a lot of people really wanted to see. This is the background of my social media, the dark times, obviously, and then what I've done with it to bring it back out, and that will go. Any other, if you do have feedback for me about this, trying to talk to here and keep you guys interested, hit me up, because I'm good with negative feedback and, well, positive reinforcement feedback that we can kind of build on to make this the best we can for as many people as we can. Okay guys, let's hit this week strong. I'm gonna throw through a few other things throughout the day, a few little clips here and there, but until then, I'll see you guys soon.